Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, this is Veronica and I'm Ryan.
And welcome to Colossal Cave.
Let's go do some spelunking. But first, check out this.
Those views.
Yeah, $1 million view right here.
You can go camping here too, which we've had videos for that.
Yeah, I'll be up in the link up above. Yeah. Kind of see it down there. The campground is back that way, and we actually parked an RV back there. Got some hiking trails around here, and then back that way. Nice little spot to hike. Beautiful back there.
Yeah.
So this is Colossal Cave. It's a dry cave. It's one of the, it's pretty warm inside. It stays around 70 degrees, so it's nice.
Okay.
A little warmer than it is outside right now.
Chilly
it's
out.
chilly. First things first, we are hungry, and they do have a nice little terrace cafe that we can stop, get some bites to eat, and have a margarita.
Yeah, they have like a prickly pear margarita.
And of course, you gotta check out the gift shop too.
Yes.
Little map you got going on here. So we're up here, cave entrance up here. Again, camping kind of off the route. El Bosquecito, I think that's where we were before. La Posta Quemada Ranch. You can actually go horseback riding here.
What?
Yeah, down in this area here.
Oh yeah.
Have not done it before. Maybe next time. All right, so then you make your way down the little stairs, the trail here. I'm starving.
Me too.
I don't know what they have. It's been a little bit since we've been here.
Anything sounds good right now. And it's nice because you can eat and you still have a view.
Yeah, the tour that's about to start now.
Yeah.
Do a little
So
bit
this
of an
is
intro.
where we're gonna be
Yeah.
lined up. It reminds me of that our last video, the mine tour.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, down in Bisbee.
Yeah.
The view does not get old. So they got a gift shop. We'll check that out. But first, let's
get food.
Let's get some food. We'll step here by the cave entrance. They got a pretty simple menu, nothing too crazy. And it's more just like snack foods and.
Yeah, there's not like burgers or.
I think at one point they had burgers and burritos and stuff. But
looking forward to that.
So we got ourselves some chicken strips. We got a pretzel, quick and easy bite to eat. They also do have some prickly pear margaritas. So we grabbed one of those.
This is.
We got a hazy little thing IPA. We're gonna go ahead and enjoy a nice little quick lunch here before a cave tour, and then check out the gift shop a little bit, and then we'll get to exploring.
Look at the size of this.
Veronica for reference.
For me, I know. I thought it was just a regular sized pretzel.
Nope. All fueled up, good to go. We've got about half an hour until our tour time. We do have, we're just doing the classic cave tour. I feel like, it's the most common one to do. It's guided, it takes about 45 minutes. They take you down through the system. Bunch of stairs. If you're feeling a bit more adventurous though, they have the ladder tour.
Where you have to go in like these tight little.
Well, so they also have the wild cave tour.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking.
They have the wild cave tour, and that's if you're feeling really adventurous. And that's like $100 and something, but like you're in there for a good while, and you get to explore a lot more further into the depths of the cave.
You gotta be able to like really.
Well, and that's more like proper cave spelunking, closer to it. Ladders tour, you're gonna go a little further than the standard tour, and they're gonna take you up ladders and you explore a little bit more. But this classic cave tour costs about $50-ish for 2 people, and it lasts about 45 minutes. You gotta go ahead and check in the gift shop up here. We're down at the bottom of the stairs for the self-guided hiking trail. Just taking in the views again, enjoying it. But yeah, I think let's go check out the gift shop a little bit, check in, and then get to the tour.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a ticket, if you didn't buy it online, you can't get it in the gift shop here.
You can get it, purchase it in here.
FYI. They do have a really cool gift shop though. If you guys are not from Arizona, this is a great stop to get
I love the Arizona gift shops.
Arizona trinkets and whatnot. Yeah. Arizona Desert Museum is another great spot for that, but this is a good one too.
Look.
You get some saguaro ornaments. There you go. Some agate. We made some agate coasters out of the gem show stuff we got. We got some custom Colossal Cave bats. There are bats in this dry cave too. Some lanterns and hard hats. It's a cool little gift though. Like bring that home if you're traveling like road, or
get your own little
doing a road
cactus.
trip. Scorpion magnets. Seen a few of those in our backyard. Go ahead and check in the back here. Let's do that real quick. Hello. You like your bugs? It's kind of a cool mug. Yeah, some tumblers. A little bat magnet.
It's kind of cute.
Sugar skull.
That's really cool.
Big part of Tucson's culture here. It's like a howling coyote.
Yeah.
I think it's about time to start lining up.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
They're gonna start calling us now.
Right, one last thing. This first room kind of smells like a pet store. They don't let me Febreze the cave for some reason. It gets much better once we get through the first room. Follow me, everybody. Thank you. It's cold out.
I know.
I'm
Got the chills.
It's probably warmer in the cave, huh?
I can get in the cave.
Oh, it's a lot warmer in here.
So is this your first time in the cave? Very cool.
Yeah, it said it's like 70 and 50% humidity. So it's definitely a lot warmer.
All right, guys, so this is the entrance room. The entrance you walk through, it was originally about a 30-inch wide hole. So now that it's so much bigger, pretty much anything that can fit through that gate comes in here in the summertime to get out of the heat. We have a cricket that's a unique species to our cave. You can't find it anywhere else. I'll tell you, it's got legs a little bit more like a spider, so they're kind of creepy looking, but they're also completely blind, and that's because without the lights on in here, there's nothing to see, so you don't have to worry about them chasing you around. Here's where things get a little gross. You look right up here, all this brown stuff on the ceiling, that's years and years of bat pee. Super awesome, right? You look over here, it gets even better because that darker tarry stuff is bat guano, or for the little one, it's bat number 2. The first humans we know of to use the cave were the Hohokam Native Americans from around 900 to 1450 AD. They used this room for seasonal shelter, storage. We also think they were leaving offerings and probably having ceremonies in here. You look back at the ceiling, yay, more staining up there. But this is a lot cooler than the other two. This is old smoke staining from the Hohokam that goes all the way out to our entrance, and that's because they were having fires right down there. And they don't really think the Hohokam went much past about where I'm standing. That's for quite a few reasons, but the really big one is they considered caves to be a sacred space. So being in a cave, it was more of a time to be spiritual than it was to go explore the whole place. The human history of this cave is crazy. I'll be telling you stories as we go through here. This is the crystal forest, everybody. This stuff is called flowstone, and these lower ones are called dripstone. And the way these formed was a layer of calcite-rich water was flowing over them for millions of years. They deposited these really thin layers of calcite crystal, and over time it built up to make it look like a giant hunk of melting wax. The easiest way I know of to remember the name stalactite is that they hang tight to the ceiling. All these ones coming up from the ground. Does anybody know what they're called? Just yell it out.
Stalagmites.
Yes, I heard it, stalagmites. If you look back at the ceiling, you're going to notice there's quite a few stalactites with flat ends or look busted off. Unfortunately, that is not natural at all. All of that is due to cave vandalism. And it brings me back to the first guy that found the cave after the Hohokam. But he did not own the cave or the land around it. What he owned was a hotel and ranch about 2 miles away. He thought the cave would be great to promote his hotel, so it kind of became a package deal. You stayed the night at his place, he'd show you the cave, you were allowed to come in here and do whatever you want. And unfortunately, that's what people did. They took stalactites, stalagmites, and artifacts, and 1879, it's right in the middle of the Wild West times. We do know that people were drinking in here and shooting at some of the stalactites, trying to shoot them down. Way in the past, when people would come into the cave, they'd rub old Baldy's head for a little bit of good luck before they explored the place. It took away all the dust and pollen, so you get a cool look at the crystal that's underneath all of it. He's the one thing in the cave that everyone's allowed to touch if they want. As you come by here, give old Baldy's head a rub and pick up some good luck. We also use it as a get it out of your system crystal. Bang is the largest stalactite we know of in the whole cave. He's pure calcite crystal and estimated to weigh somewhere between 4,000 and 5,000 pounds. If you look directly above me here, this is a fault line that helped form the cave. And I told you just a little bit about the stalagmites and stalactites. They grow when they're wet, similar to how icicles grow, just much slower. It takes our stalagmites and stalactites around 100 years of being wet to get an average of a cubic inch of growth on them. And then you look right up there, you see all kinds of those flat ends again. That's more of the vandalism. It does bring me to the guy that kind of saved the cave. His name is Frank Schmidt. Frank moved out here in 1918. He had no connection to the cave, but he went on one of those early Solomon Lake tours, and once he got in here and he saw people just breaking stuff, it bothered Frank. So he started to save his money. He saved for 4 years. In 1922, he bought the rights to the cave, and the first thing he did was protect it. In 1933, when a group called the CCC formed, or the Civilian Conservation Corps, that was thousands of 18 to 24-year-old men building projects all across the country trying to combat the Depression. Frank's thinking this would be such a cool project, but he had a big problem. He was a private owner, and they only worked on public property. So in 1934, he decided to give the cave back to the state of Arizona. Frank gave tours through here till he was 84 years old, passed away a year later at 85 in 1957. His most important condition though, get the CCC in here immediately. They were in here for 4 years. From 34 to 38, 400 CCC members built the buildings up top, the walkways, the railings, and the first lighting system. So Frank would point out cave formations, and they're great at guiding you. This one's called the Cave Witch. So here's her scraggly hair. She's got an eye, big wart on her cheek, long nose. She's got one snaggle tooth in her mouth because she's always eating that limestone cookie.
I see it.
Her nose points you towards the entrance, and way in the past, she helped out a lot of lost cavers in here. If you look over here, you're gonna see good old SpongeBob and his best friend, Patrick. As you come down this hallway on the right, you're gonna see a big hole with a light in it. It is called the bottomless pit. It's not really bottomless. It does go down over 5 stories, and you can totally trust me, if you drop something down there, it's not gonna come out for a long, long time.
I went to the Kushner.
Oh, yeah.
A few years ago.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you a little story on how the cave formed. It was about 70 million years ago. You had these 2 big plates, right? They're pushing on each other. It's creating a lot of heat and pressure. Then something gave, and you had this thing called an upheaval. The upheaval created the Rincon mountain range we're walking around inside right now. The other thing it did is create a bunch of cracks in the rocks that allowed water to start seeping in here. When the water came in, it absorbed 4 main things into it. It absorbed calcite, or calcium carbonate, which is what the stalactites are made out of. It also picked up carbonic and sulfuric acid and carbon dioxide. And it slowly ate and eroded away the softer limestone and sedimentary stone in here. All the rocks you're looking at are limestone. The majority of it is called escabrosa limestone. That rock's been compressed and heated for millions of years. It's a stronger rock. It held up much better to that acid water, so when the cave dried out, you got this giant cave that looks like a hunk of Swiss cheese inside. And we know of 39.4 miles down here, but they never finished mapping the cave, so we have no clue how big it really is. I think that's super cool. It was about 10 to 12,000 years ago the cave started to dry out, and the water line right up here. Really cool thing about this room, during those 21 monsoons, this room had a ton of water in it. It felt like it was raining in here. So if you look up here, you'll see all these lighter blotches, and that is new growth that happened a few summers ago. It's unexpected. It was also really, really cool. And I've got something much cooler to show you. So, not only does it look cool on the walls actually absorb the glow from the black light. So I get to do cave artwork, and I don't get in trouble, and I've got some younger people on the tour. So I've got a K, an E, and 2 more Ks. All right, folks, follow me down this staircase. We're gonna head towards the living room. In 1917, so before the walkways or anything was here, this was base camp for the first mapping expedition. They mapped down here for 6 days, and that's when they found the 39 miles. And they got out, they told everyone that cave is colossal, and we have no clue how big it is. And that's how it got the name Colossal Cave. And I wanted to show you this. This is kind of cool. This is called the cave base. All right, guys, so we're gonna go to the cathedral room next. All right, so right here, I've got this room. It is called the cathedral room, and it gets that name for a few reasons. One, you can hear that echo in my voice. They thought it sounded like a large church or cathedral, and then this formation right here is named the Four Praying Nuns. Also, there's a gargoyle that lives in here. So the gargoyle's face, his eye, you can see his mouth with a little tongue sticking out, front paw right there, and then his wing kind of goes up and does that curl. And this last thing has nothing to do with cathedrals, but this formation I have my right hand on, it is named Bone Crusher. And he got that name because he broke the nose of one of our tour guides who was giving a tour like I'm doing. He must have forgot he was behind him, whipped around and broke his nose. My favorite glowing thing is right up there. Isn't that cool? This formation here is called the Silent Waterfall. They do believe it was a flowing waterfall in the ancient past, and I use this as my perfect example. If you think about having hard water at your house and you left your shower head on for millions of years, this is what your shower might eventually look like. We're gonna go to the last room called the Sinkhole.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And geologists think this stalagmite right here is probably one of the oldest and largest in the whole cave. They think it's about the same age as Fang. He's right next door to us right now. So we're standing with the oldest and largest formations. Geologists believe they're around 50 to 60 million years old. I got one last cool thing to show you. Remember the rock I hit, the cave base? Well, the crystals here make sounds too. They're called cave bells. They sound hollow. They are pure crystal inside. It's actually the purity of the crystal and the shape of the formation that allows them to vibrate and make different tones. You guys were awesome. Let's get out of here.
Thank you so much.
All right, made it back up to the surface, out of the cave there. Shout out to Adam there, though, our tour guide. He was great.
Yeah, no, and he was also very interactive with the kids.
Yeah, he had plenty of information. He was projecting his voice very well, so made it a nice experience for us. Had a great time. Great spot to come out, spend some time, enjoy a margarita, go ahead and enjoy the information, the interesting background and history to the Colossal Cave. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.